They had to provide shelter for the slave, and they had to really take care of them. But now you're on your own, you know, that's the best technique that they're using. You have to provide your own shelter, you have to provide your own thing, everything.
Yeah, but there's Section 8 housing.
Yeah, but you know, what you're talking about in general, you're talking about in what's going on, because then you are, you know, you're becoming more, because lots of people...
I would argue, because, I mean, if I was a slave back in America, you know, I wouldn't have the option of leaving.
Right.
Sure.
You know?
Free will.
Free will,
have you ever thought, like, how many Americans can even think about leaving the system? I'm not talking about leaving America. Lots of people don't even think that there is the second option, and that's self-sufficiency, that they can be self-sufficient. They think like, okay, if I make a house, this house, like I'm talking about Cincinnati, I need to provide my electricity through Duke Energy, or I need to get the water through the city water or whatever. They never thought about like, oh, I can have you know, a house that I built it myself, and also I provide the energy through my own you know, means, and you know, the rest.
Very, very few people are capable of doing that.
Very few.
Yes.
In the present set of circumstances.
Yes,
I
and
mean,
that's what I'm talking about. They make you mentally like a slave, and
Dependent upon society.
Yeah, you never think about the alternative, the second option. And
well, there's a lot of
yes, there is
analogies between current U.S. civilization and other forms of life, such as ants.
Ants or bees.
Ants or bees.
That's sort of, the colony.
As opposed to living like a mountain lion. Grizzly,
so where are you going with this, Q?
I am trying to say that so far they've got us through different means, through manipulation. First of all, current generation doesn't even know the meaning of real food anymore.
Correct.
They don't know how to get their own food.
Yes, they don't know how to get their own food.
I taught in the public school for a little bit.
Yes.
And I can tell you that if you know, when I ask the kids, where does your food come from? They say it comes from the grocery store. And no, they do, and that's fair. That's fair. And I say, so where does the grocery store get it? And they say they make it in the back. That's
just like McDonald's.
That's what they think, is that the food is made in the back somewhere. They don't know nothing about farms, and you know, I'm speaking generally. I'm painting broad brush. That's terrible to do. Because there are kids that are educated and know one way or another through their own inquisitiveness or their parents or whatever. And schools make effort to teach, you know, but the common perception among a lot of kids in school is that the food at the grocery store comes from the back of the store.
Yeah,
right.
And to piggyback of what you said, I saw this really funny piece of advertisement in the paper. Some lady sent this and stating that for those who go hunting, stop going hunting and killing animals, and instead get your meat from the grocery store.
Was this Lady Gaga?
It's a real advertisement.
Where
in the
was
paper.
this?
In the paper.
It was in the Cincinnati Enquirer?
Well, I don't
Was
know
it by
which city it
Kroger's?
was. No, I'm telling
front
you, it's a
company for
real
Kroger's.
advertisement.
Yeah.
Somebody's
It's
objective.
Well, if you can bring that in, we'd love to see
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
With no thought given to the life experience of the
Yes.
animal, you know, on the
Exactly.
factory farm.
I have
But-
friends in Southern Illinois who only have meat if they killed it, hunted it and killed it, or fished it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's the only-
There
that's
you
the
go.
only-
Yeah.
so
When I
in
lived
an
in-
organic way.
Yeah. Now, when you say the they, you say they have got us. I hear that phrase, and I think of another guy who does his show just over there, Alex Jones. He's always saying they've got us. Who's the they?
Who is the they?
The they.
Actually, I need to provide the clip. It's by Jim Jem sang this song, They. And who are they?
Gem, G-E-M?
GM.
Oh, cool. I'll look that up.
Yeah.
But you don't have it here?
No, but
Okay.
next week probably I can do that.
Let's make a
but
note.
they basically, that's the unseen part of the pyramid that you don't see. That seeing eye that they're watching you. But the very funny thing is you cannot see them. You don't have access.
Well, some of them we do know.
Yes, but
We
they're,
do, you know.
they're just a front man.
A bunch of them were at the Bohemian Grove
Yes.
last weekend.
Which is
and the
a
week before.
club, right?
Yeah, it's a
It's
club.
a very exclusive club.
Yeah.
And they do like devil worship and stuff there.
Devil worship, so
But-
it's a bunch of Christians.
Not really devil worshiping, but it comes from Babylonian tradition or whatever.
Babylonia.
Babylonia. Actually, yeah.
So wait a minute. The Bohemian Grove is a Babylonian tradition?
Yeah.
Wow.
The
That-
effigy,
the owl?
the owls,
The owl
everything.
comes
The
from Babylonia?
effigy,
There's owls
the-
in Babylonia?
That was a sign of the gods, so-called gods in Babylonia.
What was the name of that religion?
Babylonians actually worship the same gods that Sumerians worship.
Okay.
And when you take a look at the Sumerian gods,
The Sumerians and the
technically-
Babylonians are featured big in the Christian Bible.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that point because whatever you see, such as the deluge, the flood, anything that you see in Bible came from the Sumerian
Previous
text.
stories.
The Old Testament.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Old Testament. What I meant was that. But let's go to. I don't know if Sam. Sam, are you ready? Because I want
Yes,
to.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I want to show the clip that talks about our food. And I guess it's by Alex Jones, if I'm not mistaken.
The they.
My friends, the information that you are about to witness from all of my years of research is the most important. It's been hidden in plain view the entire time. This is the ultimate secret, and it's about to be exposed. I have hundreds of government documents, textbooks, white papers, where for over 80 years, the elite of the Western world have talked about adulterating food and water to sicken and sterilize the population for the purpose of eugenics. It's all covered in the book Eco Science, written by the White House science czar John P. Holdren, where they talk about a planetary police state to carry out the forced sterilization. They also talk about covert systems in the water and food to sterilize the population. Now, this was written decades ago, before he was White House science czar. Now, suddenly, the stuff in this book is all over the news. They're selling it to the public as if it's a good thing. You see here before you what an average person would buy when they went shopping at the store. Not everything here is bad for you, but much of it has compounds and artificial chemicals that have been added that are extremely toxic and bad for your health. And they have known this the entire time, and they have approved them for use. Let's start with aspartame. You cannot go to the grocery store now and buy any type of even regular sugar gum that hasn't had aspartame added to it. In the 1970s, Searle tried to get it approved, and they couldn't. It took them 3 separate times because in their own studies with monkeys, large portions of them that were fed it died and contracted cancer. Now we have mainstream news articles, and the EU has done a major study finding lower birth weights, early birth, and yes, miscarriages from women that drink aspartame-laden soft drinks like Coke Zero. What is aspartame? It is the fecal matter of the E. coli bacteria. They took it and genetically engineered it. They can feed it toxic waste, and then it defecates aspartame. And it has so many bad health effects, it's just unspeakable.